There was so much esports action this Labor Day weekend that I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to fit this episode of Rapid Recap into 3 minutes, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Let's roll. We had 3 big matches in the LTA North Playoffs. Down in the lower bracket, it was disguised, almost pulling off the reverse sweep against heavily favored Cloud9. There were some very spicy picks in the back half of this series. We saw Darkwings counterpicking Rise with his Anivia, XEU pulling out the Silas jungle in game number 4, and in game 5, C9 played this absolutely insane Rek'Sai Zyra Zeri topside that got them the win. On Saturday, the Team Liquid vs 100 Thieves match was significantly less intense than the Friday match. TL had early leads in all 3 games, but threw them away. The team looked borderline dysfunctional, and fans are already talking about a complete disbandment of their roster and even potential retirement for Impact. In the upper bracket match on Sunday, we saw FlyQuest easily handling Shopify Rebellion with the usual FlyQuest flair. We got an inspired LS Mind Meld in game number 4, a Tryndamere jungle that absolutely ran the game, got a pentakill, and sealed their spot in the grand finals. The only blip on the radar was another Gakos Rumble game that left me questioning the entire 6-man roster concept. The VCT Americas playoffs concluded this weekend, and it was G2 Esports lifting their 3rd consecutive trophy. This team truly does run the region, and with a healthy Leaf back in action in the game, things are looking very good heading into champs. In the lower bracket, we saw C9 vs NRG facing off for the final spot at champs, and it was NRG taking the win in a brutal 3-game series. They would follow that win up with an even more surprising upset over Sentinels in the lower finals. These 4 teams from the Americas make up our 16 teams that are going to take Paris by storm on September the 12th. We've got the group draw here. What is your pick for the group of death? The Blast Open London group stage is wrapping up as I record this, and we have had some seriously surprising results. In Group A, it was Navi and Virtus.pro struggling and getting eliminated, and immediately after elimination, VP tweeted out that Electronic has been moved to the bench. They clearly had this one in the drafts ready to go. While these teams are struggling, it's been FaZe and M80 surging. M80 has one final matchup against Fnatic to potentially secure their playoff berth. In Group B, the big story was Spirit. They are pushed to elimination after an 0-2 loss to Furia. They easily handled Team Liquid in their first lower bracket match, and G2 is the only thing standing between them and a quarterfinals match in London. A big breaking news story, Magisk has been picked up by Astralis. The former Falcons player will be replacing Stavin and looking to turn this roster around. Wake up, COD fans. I know it's the off-season, but I've still got some big news for you. Zuma has officially announced the Zoo Mafia World Cup. This is going to be an interesting watch, but in an online environment, things might get a little weird. And in big news, FaZe has announced that Celium is leaving. This is a historic departure as one of the most talented players in the game leaves FaZe after 7 years and 43 events.